Hi, this is Rebecca with Adventures in Pages, and today I'm here to share my February TBR with you. In the month of January, I was able to complete 6 books, but now that school's in full swing, I think I'm going to dial it down to 5. So without further ado, here they are. So first up is When They Call You a Terrorist by Patrice Khan-Cullors and Asha Vandele. I'm really excited to keep reading this. I did start this a couple of days ago, and it's been really intriguing so far. A lot of it isn't a surprise to me, but it's nice to be able to see yourself in a book. So there have been some stories from Patricia's childhood in the beginning here that really resonated with me, so I'm really excited to continue with that. Next up is Rising Strong by Brené Brown, how the ability to reset transforms the way we live, love, parent, and lead. And although I'm not a parent, I do find that I really enjoy reading things like this that really help you with self-growth and development. As much as I love fiction and fantasy books, it is really important to me to still make sure I'm checking in on myself and reading things that may help me grow as a person. So I'm really excited to dive into that. I had a friend that recently just finished Braving Wilderness, and she told me it was fantastic. So I know I'm probably going to like it, but I'm still kind of nervous. Self-growth books always kind of get me a little bit, so we'll see how this goes. And next up is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. In the month of January, I read Scythe and I fell in love. In fact, I did it for part of 24 and 48. It was my first time doing a readathon, and that was one of the books that I chose to actually listen to. And I was so intrigued by the world and by the characters and all of its building, and I finished it around maybe 3:30 in the morning, and I was so angry at myself for not having Thunderhead to pick right up. So the next day went straight to the bookstore and picked it up, so I'm very excited to dive into that. And next up we have The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. I know that if any of you follow BookTube at all or Bookstagram, you know that this book has been everywhere, and I do mean everywhere, partly because the cover is just so gorgeous. That was part of the reason I picked it up, actually, but from seeing everyone's reviews of it and hearing the synopsis, it's definitely something that I knew that I would love. The idea of finding out how long you're going to live and how that affects your life is something that I've often actually thought about. Like, would I live any differently if I found out that I had a week left or a year left? And so it'll be really interesting to see how these characters kind of handle that. And I don't know much else about it. With books like this, I try not to find out too much. I like the element of surprise, if there is any, and really just to have the book build on its own instead of me bringing my own expectations into it. And lastly, we have The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. This I actually got from Book of the Month. This is my first month of doing this. I don't know why I didn't start any earlier. You can't beat the price. It's like $14 a month or something like that. And to get a new hardcover, which often will run you $30 a month, is really awesome. So I'm excited to dive into that. All I know is that this woman hasn't really left her home in a number of years, and then she gets these new neighbors, and something happens, I think, that brings her out of her home. But again, this is one of those stories where I tried to find out as little as possible to see if it was something I thought I would like. So we'll see how it goes. So that's my February TBR. I'd love to see what you guys are reading this month. Feel free to share those below in the comments. And I'll also leave my Bookstagram links down in the comments, as well as my link to Book of the Month, if that's something that you guys are interested in. This video is not sponsored by them, but I can't believe it took me so long to look into what that was, and I found that it was really beneficial for me, especially as a college student. I should not spend as much money as I do on books a month, so this definitely will probably help me cut that down a little bit. So I will leave that in the description box below, and I will see you guys in my next video soon.